Good morning. This is Michelle from Halfway Homestead, and I have a lot of errands to run today. So this morning before I head out, I'm going to put together four marinades. Well, it's all the same marinade. I'm dividing it into 4 packages to put into the freezer. I'm going to be buying some groceries, and I need to get a few things out of the refrigerator. One of those being a big package of chicken that I bought a few days ago. Now, I like to go out to the Dutch Market, which is an Amish store local here to us, and I was able to buy a 3.5 pound bag of flash frozen boneless, skinless chicken breasts for $8.49. I then brought that home. I thawed them out. I cut those chicken breasts up into tenders or strips. I fixed a few of those last night for dinner, and then the rest of that is going into these marinades that I will put into the freezer for later use. Now, this marinade you can make up and use it just a couple hours, or let it marinate for a couple of hours. I prefer to let it marinate for at least 24 hours, and it works wonderfully to put into the freezer. Because I like to let it marinate for 24 hours, it's not something I can throw together quickly, like on a busy weeknight. So I make these up, I put them in the freezer, and all I do is take them out, thaw them out. You know, I can take them out in the morning before I go to work. By the time I get home, or I put them in the refrigerator, sorry. Before I leave for work, I'm getting all tongue twisted. Take them out of the freezer before I leave for work, put it into the refrigerator. By the time I get home in the evening, it's thawed out and ready to use. Now, there's a couple tricks to that, making sure it's thawed out, ready to use. Because sometimes when you put chicken or other meat into the fridge to thaw, it takes a couple days. So I'm going to bring the camera down closer so you can see what I'm doing. I have labeled my bags. I already have my chicken into the bags. Now, you'll see on the bag, well, maybe it's backwards to you. I call this Outback Chicken. It is a copycat recipe from a particular chain restaurant. It's in the name. And I honestly prefer the way I make it better to what I can get it at that place. So, all right, I'm bringing you down closer. Get the camera down here. All right, so I have 4 bags. Each bag just has 4 tenders in it. My husband and I, we are not big meat eaters. We tend to be bigger vegetable or potato eaters. So this would be 1 serving for us. And since we are empty nesters, that's all we need. All right, so in each bag, I have 4 tenders. I'm going to put in 2 onion slices. I liked this one's a little bit thinner than I like. I like to keep them in this thick slice all together. And I'll show you in a few minutes why. So I'm going to put 2 in each bag. Kind of stand them up there on the side. This one I had to take the center out because it wasn't looking too good. But that's okay. All right, in each bag, I'm going to put 1/2 of lemon. I'm going to squeeze it first and stick it in. Okay. Oh, I know what I forgot to get out. Okay, so squeeze that one, stick it in. Normally, I put in about 2 smashed cloves of garlic in each bag. I am out of my whole garlic. So I'm going to use some garlic. This is garlic I grew last year. I dehydrated each clove and then I ground it up. So it's not salted or anything. It would be like a coarse ground garlic powder. I don't know if I can find the right measuring spoon. I'm going to do about probably, maybe a heaping teaspoon in each one. I'm almost out of this. Good thing it's almost time to harvest my garlic. Okay. I'm going to do probably a couple tablespoons of avocado oil. I typically use olive oil, but I'm out right now, so olive oil is what I've got. I'm sorry, avocado oil is what I've got. Not sure I said that right. Okay. I'm going to put in a couple, probably a tablespoon of soy sauce. I don't really measure this, I just kind of throw it out there. All right. I'm going to give it a hefty squeeze of honey. I'm almost out of honey too. Probably a tablespoon of honey. Oof, I may not have enough to. All right. I'm going to let that run down before I squeeze out this last one. And last but not least, I'm going to do some Dijon mustard. Now, here's where you can kind of change it up a little bit. If you want your dish a little bit spicier, then get a hot mustard. If you like plain yellow mustard, which I use a lot in this because I don't always have the Dijon mustard, you can do that. So I'm doing about probably a tablespoon in each one. Okay, I'll grab another jar here. I'm going to grab a different spatula just in case I got chicken goo on that one. I don't want to contaminate this whole jar of mustard. Okay, there's that. Rinse my hands off real quick. Now you could do this with boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I've done this with bone-in chicken. I just prefer it with the boneless. All right, let's see if we can get honey in this last one. There we go. Okay. And that is all that goes in to the marinade. And what I'm going to do next, remember I stood those onions up on the side because I want to flatten this out. Okay, flip it over, squeeze out as much of the air as I can. Oh, I squeezed out some juices. All right. When I lay this in the freezer, I want to lay this out flat. I want to make sure everything is coated with the marinade, and I want to lay these flat with my label side up, okay, because I'm marinating not only the chicken, I'm marinating the onions, which are also helping to marinate the chicken. So I'm going to lay these flat, each one. Let me tell you how I put this together, and then I will show you a picture of the finished product. So after I have marinated for 24 hours or longer if it's in the freezer, thaw them out. I like to use a cast iron skillet for this, but you don't have to. First, I will cook probably about 4 slices of bacon. I like to do like 2 slices for each person. So I will cook the 4 slices of bacon in that cast iron skillet. I like it pretty crispy. Pull that out. I then turn the heat down a little bit, and I caramelize these onion slabs or steaks, okay? After I get the onions kind of caramelized in that bacon grease, I pull them out. It's kind of a little bit of a lengthy process. Then in that, still using that bacon fat, and now the flavored with the onion bacon fat, I then cook the chicken strips till almost done. These are pretty small tenders, pretty thin, so they won't take very long to cook. Pull the chicken out. Okay, so back in that same skillet, I'm going to lay down my onions. I'm going to layer the chicken over the onions, so I make a nice little pile. Onion, chicken, bacon. I throw in some mushrooms, and then I top it with a handful of shredded cheddar cheese. I like to use the sharp cheddar. And then I stick that in the oven. and I put it in the oven at 400, maybe for 10 minutes. Finishes cooking the chicken, it melts the cheese, and then it's ready to eat. And I like to serve it with some steamed broccoli, maybe some mashed potatoes or some rice, but almost always broccoli. We really like it paired up with broccoli. And so there you have it, my Outback chicken. And I hope you try it. I hope you like it. If you like my video, please like my video with the little button. I would love for you to share my video, and I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, Halfway Homestead. And of course, let me know what you think. All right, bye. I'm back. I forgot to tell you my trick for thawing that out in just one day in the refrigerator. So because I have laid them flat in the freezer, they're not all clumped up. And I then put that into a baking sheet or in like a 9x13 pan, just in case any of the juices leak out in the refrigerator. But because it is so laid out so flat and so thin, it thaws very quickly. So good luck.